Gate 14 podcast. Toronto Blue Jays just played one of the most insane baseball games that have ever taken place. An absolute roller coaster of emotions. But happy Easter, fellas. Avery, what's up, man? How we doing?
Good. I was at Easter today. That kind of blew. But yeah, what a weekend, honestly.
Seriously.
Not much else to say. It was Easter today. It happened, but there's a lot of Blue Jays to talk, that's for sure.
JR, what's up, man?
Not much, man. I'm excited. Easter was, I guess, okay. Probably 5 out of 10. I mean,
Wow.
not crazy. I didn't really have turkey. I didn't have turkey.
Turkey's shit, man.
Yeah, turkey.
I'm out on turkey. Yeah, I'm out on turkey.
Turkey's just chicken, right?
Well, that's not what it is.
With a little bit of like shittier flavor. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little drier
That's
than
not what it
chicken.
is.
I mean, it's still a bird.
Yeah, that's not what it is.
No, man. It was a great sports weekend. The Masters and
Masters kind of sucked, though. The end of it kind of sucked, but
Not if you had a John Rahm ticket.
oh, well, all right.
Yeah, Brooksy kind of blew it, eh? Like
I had him top live golfer too, plus 600.
Oh, he tied though.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
You
so
hate
you
to
didn't
see
win
that.
that ticket, eh?
No.
Oh,
You hate to see that.
It's not graded as a loss, though. It's a push, right?
A classic push, but
yeah, classic push.
Yeah, no, it was a good weekend. I will say this for listeners that just don't understand the grind this is. I missed my Easter dinner for that stream. I was like, my family was upstairs eating, and I was just going bananas down. Not my family, just my mom, my brother, and his girlfriend. But it was just me downstairs, just going bananas.
Well, wasn't your brother over last night too?
No, yeah, he slept here last night, but no, yeah, I missed Easter dinner for this. So you want to talk about fucking dedication to the craft. Do you think Blair and Barker missing dinner? I don't think so. But yeah, no, it was we'll break it down now. So that stream Friday got away from us, Avery. Let's call it what it is. That stream from Friday got away from you and me. I mean,
we kept it pretty tight. Honestly.
We didn't say anything that was fucked up. It was just like
whenever we get a couple drinks, we play music on stream and it immediately gets like banned right away. So
yeah, verbal meme, Vince Carter. I got one more in me playing, talking about strikes from YouTube. Yeah, that was no, that stream got away from me. I watched back some of it, and you could tell like everyone's like, I didn't tell you were fucked up. I can tell when I'm fucked up. It's when like I just start just saying stuff that makes zero sense, or just saying random shit like that. That video of me gwittying is insane. Like, no, it was a good stream, man. I mean, that had a lot of people, and it was like 300 people at one point. That was crazy, man. I woke up at 4 a.m. with cotton mouth, like I just fucking ran a marathon or some shit, and I just went idiot zone on a bottle of water. Like, I just filled a bottle of water up and just chugged it at 4 a.m. I don't even remember doing it. I think it might have been sleepwalking, but yeah, dude, the gin and cokes had me. If you watch the stream back, I took some shots and I was on Zoltan. It was scary. You were fucked up too, Abe.
Yeah, I think I did 12 tall boys, and I woke up at 9 in the morning. I set my alarm for like noon or something like that. I knew I had nothing to do and I love to sleep. I woke up and I was just hammered. I couldn't. It's like, what is going? I felt so bad, and usually like that's kind of normal for me, but I just felt horrible when I woke up. I was pretty hungover the whole next day.
I fired legs the next day, and it was like, I don't know if it's just maybe the amount of liquid you have in your body, but I sweated an insane amount.
Oh, that's probably great for you too.
Yeah, no, I felt like $1 million after it. Obviously during the workout was hell, but yeah. JR, what are you up to, man? Everyone was asking like, where's JR? Are you going to make a stream appearance with the boys and get after? Like, what's the deal here? You're playing hard to get with our listeners.
Of course I'm playing hard to get. I always do that. Come on. Look, I'm going to be on a stream.
At some point.
I'm not going to, the thing is though, I can't like tell people that I'm going to be on. Like, it's got to be a surprise if we're going to do it. Like, It's got to be just like, oh my God, JR's on. Like, every time they go in, they don't know if I'm going to be on. So the one time that they see me, they're going to be like, JR's on. And then they got to tell everyone that JR's on. But no one's going to know when JR's on.
So the streams got away from me. And I've been doing this on streams as of late. And my mother watches my stuff. And I've been punching this thing behind me when something bad happens. And she's like, you do that again, you're fucking done. Like, you
What
are
is
done.
that?
It's just like a
Screen?
it's like a screen type
Why
of
do
thing.
you
I
have
guess.
it?
Yeah, why?
I
like,
just have it to cover. I actually don't know why I have
Can you
it.
punch it one time for us?
No, I can't punch it. I can't punch it. It has to be in the moment. But yesterday's punch was pretty fucking hectic. I beat the fuck out of that yesterday. So yeah, and there would be no more punching of that. But JR Avery actually fucked you up for this. He kept on giving hints that there's JR news on the stream when he was drunk. So can you just break the news so people stop asking me?
the news of
I don't know if it's
Cali?
time. Is it time for the news yet?
Yeah, we can say the news. We can
Yeah,
say
say
the
it.
news. I am moving to California. JR
Wow.
is
Wow. The street. There it is. There's the news. Give a little background.
so I've been I guess the background is just there was a position with a company in California and I've been debating on taking it and I decided to take it and we've been waiting on this visa. So the boys the boys knew, but we couldn't be public about it because it wasn't 100% confirmed and I was with my other employer. So we couldn't say something and my employer finding out, which I thought was gonna happen. Because I thought for sure Johnny was gonna say, because when it first happened, the first 2 weeks, I had to tell him we can't talk about it. But no, I'm excited. Gate 14 will still be, obviously I'll still be with Gate 14. But it's pretty exciting because we have the Blue
West Coast
Jays.
correspondent.
Yes, I'm technically the first West Coast correspondent. So if there are any the one LA viewer that probably watches this, hit me up. Right? The one Gate 14.
No, we have a lot, dude. There was
Do
a
we?
lot of people. Yeah.
So whoever is gonna be in LA, dude, let's rock it. Let's go. I mean,
Maybe
Jays, Dodgers. We've been eyeing out that series in July. Hopefully the boys can make it out, but I know it's tough because of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But they come for the week.
Yeah.
We can make it work. But it's exciting. But I will be moving to LA.
Business JR, man.
Beverly Hills JR. Beverly Hills JR is
This is gonna bring my business skills to another level, which will in turn help Gate 14.
Yep.
Just a little backstory.
Yeah, and JR is going to be dealing with all the business stuff like the website, all that type of stuff. So it's good for him to focus on. I mean, he's going to be dialed in with that. He's still going to be staying involved. This isn't a goodbye. It's see you later. He'll still be here with the boys. It's just the in-person stuff will probably just be me and Ave.
Yeah.
And maybe Chris Roach if we need a
Chris
Roach.
Roach. Yeah, we need a Roach in there. Maybe Kyle.
Chris. And you know what, guys? This just is more proof that you should all come to these events moving forward. Especially short term.
It's gonna be the last one.
You just never know. And maybe won't even tell people when I'm leaving. One of those things.
Yeah,
right?
don't say the date. Don't say the date.
Then they cherish every time I'm going somewhere. Like you just won't know. One day I'm gonna be in LA. And you just don't know.
JR will be more involved. You will be more involved though. I mean, because like you said, you gave your 2 weeks to your other jobs. So you're not working 2 jobs anymore. So you're going to be able to do more stuff now with us for like the next couple months.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. I'll be able to do more.
So that'll be fun. But yeah, no, I'm pumped for it. But Avery, let's go into that fucking picture that you've been tweeting at me on the base pass. So obviously the website's ready to go. JR, it looks incredible. It really does. I can't wait for people to see it. So I had to do a photo shoot Friday with our good friend Brad, and most of the pictures are normal. Like I look pretty good in like a lot of the pictures.
There's like some of them you could toss on your Hinge profile, like debatably.
Yeah, I guess I could.
You're not that type of guy, but you could.
I could for sure. And then so Brad says, "All right, let's go on the bench, do this, do that," and he says, "All right, Johnny, this is gonna kind of be weird, but I'm gonna need you to go to third base." And I was like, what did you just say? You need me to go to third base? We're modeling merch, and I'm a good guy, so I was like, all right, I guess I'll do it. Like Johnny models. And right when he took the picture and I did the pose, I immediately looked at him and said, do not send this to Avery. Do not send this to JR and Avery, because this will at some point be used against me. And within 8 hours of the photo taken, it was immediately on the internet, and people are now using it for every single thing. I saw Hockey Is All. That was his last picture in his camera roll. Someone said, tweet your last picture of your camera roll. It was just me at third base fielding. Nightmare fuel. Absolute nightmare fuel. And another thing from the stream on Friday, Avery fell in love on the stream on Friday, like he stated.
Unfortunately, we're done now.
Oh, they're done now?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
So
done.
Avery is done, but I will say this.
We
So
broke up.
Who'd you fall in love with?
Just a random girl.
no, but they're broken up now. They're broken up now. This is how you know Avery was drunk. He just kept saying, I think I'm in love, man. I think I'm in love. So he fell in love.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
I
Man. You
will
can't
say
stop
this.
it.
So Gate 14 Nation out there, there's going to be tons of people at Coochie Corner. So if you haven't got your ticket, yet to that, I got nothing for you. Avery will be bringing a girl to this. So let's be
let's be supportive.
Let's be supportive and as respectful as possible. Avery will be bringing a girl to Coochie Corner. Kind of a tire pump for Avery because she's gonna see like how big this podcast is. Avery, that was a galaxy brain move by you.
Well, or it could go like disastrously.
What do you mean?
Just like one or two things that could be awesome, or just
but
like
how could it go disaster? Because I mean, it's gonna happen. Like
unless we get like kicked out for inciting a riot because our section's so rowdy, that would be the worst possible thing.
But that would be a great story, though.
I would kind of love it though. But if we
go
we can't go to jail.
We're not going to jail.
I know. I'm just saying, but it's just like getting kicked out, like out of the Rogers Center for good. Worst case scenario for us. Don't think that'll happen, but it's always a possibility.
Because we
do have Tyler McKillop and Leafs fan in the building.
Wait, McKillop and Leafs fan are coming.
Yeah,
McKillop's gonna get burned alive for his comments. Holy fuck. We have a lot of people coming. So a little backstory. I guess the merch, I don't know if you guys can obviously buy Tuesday. You might have a shot at getting it for Saturday, like the Gate 14 merch, because we go live Tuesday, but Chris Roach will be in the building. We have a crew coming, guys, and I'm working on Monday. I'm calling a guy to get this priced on how much. I'm going to show him like the Hernandez case and be like, do we want like just like a thick piece of paper, okay? And it's just a giant red circle, and inside it is a K.
I was thinking just red background, white K.
I was thinking
K,
red background, white K would be the funniest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the opposite, because Avery.
I just hope it's not too expensive.
It has to be the opposite. It has to be like the Japan flag.
That's what
so
I was
it has
thinking.
to be white background, red K. And we'll hand it out to all the people at the meet and greet before the game and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there's people not in our section using it, like if you're not sitting with us, stuff like that, I just want to see the white.
We
Ks
just need
around.
to hand it out to everyone in our area.
Yeah,
we'll just bring 50.
Yeah,
we're gonna need more. I feel really bad for the family of 4 going to their first Jays game. They bought tickets in section 530 and they have no idea what they're in for.
It's gonna be, but like that would be like a story of a lifetime for them.
True.
Like, I wish we were.
Kids have to be 14 or older.
It does. The Kikuchi Corner. The goal is to get this so big that like we go down to the first level and we know we can kill it if we do it. You know what I mean? On like a weekday, like we find our way there. This is a great test run, though.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. But
is Reader coming?
Yeah, he is. He can put it on a Snapchat story and just send it. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, so I'm pumped for that. But yeah, let's go into it, man. What a series! The Los Angeles Angels legit have the worst. The worst bullpen I've ever seen. And I don't know if you saw this today, Avery. One of their fans tweeted, "Look at the Toronto Blue Jays. Every guy that comes out of their bullpen's throwing 94 to 98. Why can't we have this?" I was like, "What?
Yeah.
You want this? You want this shit?" I was like, I would never thought I would see the day someone would be pumping the tires of the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen. That was crazy. I mean, that bullpen is embarrassing. Like free Ohtani and Trout.
Yeah, if you take their bullpen and our 4 or 5 starters, you've created the worst pitching staff like in baseball history. And if you take these lineups and combine them, you have the best hitting lineup in baseball history. But no, it's very, very funny how they just are incapable of building a pen.
It's the worst. They are terrible. I mean, let's look today. Mike Trout 2 for 5, Ohtani 2 for 5, and they had 3 RBIs combined. Obviously, not a lot between both, and they lost 12-11.
It was Saturday night or Friday night's game where
they had the only hits.
Yeah, the only hits. Everyone else was just out of there. That is very funny. It's got to be tough to be an Angels fan. First of all, how do you become an Angels fan living in LA, I think he would just become a Dodgers fan probably.
It's a great
unless he-
point.
But yeah, just very funny. What a baseball game today. Though I think the main takeaways from the series are the Berrios struggles again, if I had to guess.
Fuck.
But then Kikuchi kind of had last year Kikuchi start. Wasn't helped by the sun ball, but
We'll go game by game. Well, let's talk about Friday. So Friday's game, Chris Bassett gets absolutely dog walked in the first inning, and everyone's thinking the sky's falling. I rightfully so did too. I was like, here we fucking go again. And then he just like goes 6 innings, 2 earned run. I mean, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. The third one wasn't earned. So a very good start from Chris Bassett. Hopefully that's something that he can kind of build off of and do that against the when he's going up against the Rays next week. So listen, I thought he was ass. A lot of people still think he is ass, but that was a very promising bounce back from Chris Bassett on Friday. It was really good. I thought like he kept them in the game and let the Jays offense cook and come back and win that. So you got to tip your cap to that. I mean, that was an incredible bounce back from him.
he's been one of the more consistent middle rotation guys in baseball for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So he'd been good, but again, he only gave up 2 hits. The 5 walks seems to be uncharacteristic, I would think. I don't really know his numbers much from last year, but you look, there was only 3 hard hit balls that whole outing. I threw 109 pitches. Again, they're walking a bunch of guys, so they're not all hittable. But again, that was a fantastic bounce back after some bullshit started the outing as well, right? Like the pitch comm didn't work, and then he walks the first guy because he had a ball to start it, walks him, and then like home run given up right away, right?
Yeah.
So that was a really weird start for that outing, but then he kind of figured it out, man. Thought he was really good after that.
Yeah, and another good component of that game against the Angels was the bullpen. I mean, the bullpen goes 3 innings, 1 hit. How many strikeouts here? 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 strikeout against, like I said, they had to go through that lineup twice. Obviously, the bullpen because they went 3 innings, or they went through the 1.5. So they had to face Ohtani and Trout twice. Sorry. Yeah, man, the bullpen. I know a lot of people, contrary to belief, think the bullpen's ass, but Garcia, Swanson, and Romano, aside from today, I guess Romano, but Garcia's so good. Holy shit, man. Maybe one of the most underrated bullpen arms in all of baseball. He is so good. He hit 99 today, Abe.
I'll take that. Did he throw a pitch that hard last year? Probably
No,
not, right?
that was the fastest pitch he's thrown.
Hell yeah. No, he's awesome. The fastball's elite. I think he has the best run value on a pitch so far this season, maybe per 100 or just overall. But his fastball is really good. We went through it last season as well. Really good reliever, really good contract. Awesome to have in. Eric Swanson had been really good. Again, just getting people out, finding a way. He did give up that double to Ohtani, I believe, in that outing, but he found a way to get a 0. And then Jordy was just really good on Friday again. It's just kind of a surgical thing. Bo's the hero. Awesome. And like, look, you got a ton of contribution for the top of the lineup. Again, Witt had a hit in the 5-hole. Chapman had a hit. Vlad had 2 hits. Bo had 2 hits. And then Springer had a hit. Just like, that's what you expect from the top. They're going to carry them like it's the big 3 of the Miami Heat pretty much, but it's the top 5 of this lineup is just raking right now.
Are you guys concerned about Kirk? He's
No.
been hitting fucking terrible, man.
But he was horrendous in it was his worst month OPS wise was the start of the season last year.
Oh, really? Last year as well, too?
Yeah, career.
Okay.
I did that on the stream. I don't know if you remember if you were blacked out at that point, but I remember we did do that. I'll
guess
go look through it again here. Let's go to our friend.
I guess that's a good point. I just his at bats just are unserious. I don't know. It's just maybe that's just what he does in April.
Because I was looking at it, nothing changed from in zone contact rate or chase rate. They were all the same numbers. They're just the balls aren't being hit very hard, and it looks pretty ugly at this point.
Okay, I guess there's no room for concern then with Kirk. I guess yet.
No, it's the concern is that Jano and Kirk aren't hitting, which makes it look like a hole, which it really isn't. It's
Okay,
just not really something. So we go through Kirk's career. March and April, he has a weighted runs created plus of 82. The next lowest month is 98 in August. Everything else is over 100.
Okay, that's not bad then. All right, I didn't know he was just like just bad in that month. That's good to know for the Jays fans that are saying Kirk is cooked and shit like that. So I don't know. And then another hero that we got to talk about Bo Bichette on Friday, man. I mean, that ball he hit to deep center off of off of is it Hergert?
Herget, Jimmy Herget.
Jimmy Herget. It's just that's vintage Bo Bichette. You like that inside pitch he just sends to hell. I mean, that's just what Bo Bichette does. And that bat drop was just classic Bo Bichette. I mean, he is so fun to fucking watch, man. It sucks that he's probably going to be gone in like 3 years when that contract's up. I hate to say it, but he might be with how much Vlad he's going to fucking get. But he is special, man. It just he can't fucking field to save his life, dude.
Was the Friday game when he kicked it into right, or was that Saturday?
That was Saturday.
That was nuts. He was the one who threw it to Mars in like the first inning, right?
Yeah, on Friday.
Yeah.
The Chris Bassett one. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked as well. He led the American League in hits 2 straight years. He's good. He's very, very good. And I know you say it sucks you won't be here, but that's 3 years away if we're even going to think about that.
Yeah, there's no point in worrying about it.
500 baseball games almost.
Yeah,
like
that's a good point.
We're going to have a lot of Bo Bichette still.
Yeah,
and I guess
think about it glass half full, right? You should think about glass half full. But Bo Bichette is like, and someone commented on our TikTok, you guys got to talk about Bo Bichette and all this type of stuff. It's like, he's so good offensively. Why should I give a flying fuck if he makes 1 error every 3 games? Right? It's like
as long as the offense oversees the defense,
yes,
then you have no problem really with it being below league average, even if it is below league average.
Yeah. It's just it's one or the other. Are you willing to have that one of the best bats in the American League in your lineup with a little bit of bad defense? Yeah, you're gonna have to sacrifice it. So that's just what like Toronto Blue Jays fans are gonna have to swallow.
And sorry to cut you off. And the people saying that he should play second base, yeah, probably for a defensive thing he should play second base. But for a guy who wants to get paid, that's career suicide if you just move to second base and get off shortstop, right?
For sure.
Yeah, he definitely does not want to go to second base. That's for sure. I'm sure.
Do you think that he's the type of guy though that would swallow his ego if the Jays needed it and like they needed that defensive guy at short and put him at second? Do you think he's the type of guy that would do that?
I mean, you'd have to.
Yeah, there'd be. What would he do? Hold out? I don't think he's that type of guy.
I think he would be mad, but I mean, I think they would for sure do it if the guy came. But there's really no one to put there. The guy there was talks about potentially bringing on someone in the offseason, but they decided not to. But.
Yeah, we'll see. I know it sucks to see him make errors, but it's cooler to see him hit 3-run home runs to get the lead in the 8th inning. So you're going to have to pick one or the other. I'm picking both. If he makes an error, he makes an error. If he hits 3-run home run in the 8th inning to win the game, yeah, that's what's going to happen. So I love Bo Bichette, and it's just, that's the Bo Bichette experience. And that's what we'll always have to get. But do you guys get PTSD when you guys see backpedal pop-ups to center field or second base or anything like that? Because that's all I think about when there's a pop-up.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
It's hell. It's my personal fucking hell. But and then obviously Luplo hits Thursday, goes 0 for 3, and then a certain podcast, so they want him DFA'd, which is why, like, Toronto Blue Jays fans are the worst. Like, listen.
We do stuff like that too, though. That's not.
No, we do. I don't think after 3 at-bats.
Sure, but an overreaction to someone.
No, an overreaction like the Brandon Belt stuff is, you can argue the Brandon Belt stuff's an overreaction, but saying to DFA Jordan Luplo after 3 at-bats is the craziest shit I've ever seen. It's just
especially when he hadn't played in a game in over a week.
Yeah, just like
we saw Jano get the doors blown by him today after not playing for 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. So just be patient with Jordan Luplo, for fuck's sakes. Like, he's going to be here for a while, I'm assuming. I don't know. I hope I'm not jinxing him, but he's a lefty specialist and he's going to be he knows his role, going to be off the bench. So I think he's going to be here for a while, and he throws absolute fuzz from the outfield. So just be patient with him. But let's go into the Saturday game, boys. Jose Berrios. I'm tired of making excuses for this guy. The charade's over. It's like, it just grow the fuck up and just stop using these dumbass excuses like I got to locate better. We know, dude. We know you got to locate better. We know, man. Like, JR, where do you stand with this guy? Because it's been over a year now, so it's not an over-exaggeration anymore. This is what he is. It's just, it's impossible to just say, oh, you're over. We'll give him some time. No, it's done. It's been a year now.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it could possibly go it's pretty fair to say this could be the worst signing the Jays ever had. I mean, he is I mean, it was the first batter of the game. I don't know if you guys saw it, but like he completely missed his spot with his fastball and gave a meatball, and it looked like it was. I thought that Ward went yard, and it was warning track, but like it was like complete miss. Like Kirk was asking for like low and away, and he threw it like high end, like right down the middle. It's crazy. Like I'm not even a pitcher, so Ave, you probably know more of like what's going through his head, but like he can't locate. Like he's
Well,
just not
he's
spotting at
not.
all.
He doesn't locate it when it matters.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he got rolling there for a couple innings. The stuff looked great. He was getting swing and miss. And then when it came down to make a big pitch, that's when it kind of gets away from him, I think. And it's again
It's the 2 strike pitches, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's but the funny I don't even like what's like I mean they've probably tried everything in the book to fix it. I don't even know what you tell
Well,
a guy.
they
like,
haven't really tried to fix it.
This is what I saw. I forgot the kid's name. Zach, I want to say on Twitter. I don't remember his last name.
I followed him on Twitter today.
He followed us, right? He followed us. Like, he followed me and you, I think. Just
God,
our individual
I
accounts.
followed him because I was seeing his shit all over my timeline.
Yeah. So, anyways, I followed him, and he said Corbin Burns had the exact same struggles as Jose Berrios, where his 4-seam fastball was getting hit around, and he implemented a cutter. Just scrapped the 4-seam fastball and threw a cutter and became one of the best pitchers in baseball. Why hasn't the Jays done that with Jose Berrios? That's the biggest head scratcher. And that's a great point.
The thing is, Pete Walker might be brain dead, and I don't know how he has a job potentially. It's because what we did, Robbie Ray, Steven Matz. Who else has come here and gotten better? It's just like immediate regression almost every time. And I think Pete's got to be in John Schneider's ear about the bullpen decisions as well, because they're also piss poor. But you look at Jose Berrios, the 4-seam fastball. How can Twitter be knowing what's going wrong with this guy, and the Blue Jays front office doesn't know? It's like it seems like the only time Twitter is right or knowing more than
literally ever.
Yeah, so it's like you look at the 4-seam fastball. He had 9 swings on it, only 1 whiff. Like
Jesus Christ.
The sinker had 7 swings with only 2 whiffs. In zone contact, when people were swinging at 4-seam fastballs in the zone, just 100% contact. They're just hitting the 4-seam fastball hard. It just needs to go away. The average exit velocity on the 4-seam fastball from that start was 98 miles an hour. On the sinker, it was 83.5 miles an hour. Just make it make sense. Like you have the slurve pitch, maybe a slider as well. And you're talking about the cutter, sinker, slider, slurve, changeup. I mean, that's a pretty deep arsenal as well.
I just don't know why he's so hard-headed.
And also, this is not the time to fix it. You've almost fucked up the whole year by not really implementing it. Like, I don't think you're getting a new pitch into your arsenal through side sessions in the middle of a season.
It's frustrating because of like just how good his stuff is. Like there's a lot of people in the majors who wish to have some of his stuff, who put up way better numbers, more consistent numbers.
And let's see if he has good stuff. Let's look at stuff plot. You go, Jared, and I'm gonna look something up.
Yeah, look up his stuff, but like I mean it's just frustrating because like this guy was supposed to be our ace. Like take that in. He was supposed to be like he was our opening day starter last year, and like we actually, when we signed him, it was like the thought of he got signed on a discount. That was what we were talking about, how this could look like unreal, and that he was like a Cy Young candidate when he signed. It's just, I don't know, Matt. It's absurd looking at this. I can't even think of the last guy that's had this like issues like this. Like major issues
Tanner
like
Roark?
this, who's been that good, who's been really good.
He's cooked.
Maybe Ricky Romero. Like
Ricky Romero is the one that I
right?
got a ton of replies
That would
about
make
was Ricky
sense.
Romero.
But like, dude, man, it's so bad.
And it doesn't seem like he's digging himself. What's his stuff plus, Dave?
I'm lost in Fangraphs right now.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure it's fucking good. He just like his 4-seam.
I'm almost thinking that it just might not be that good.
So what do you do? What do you do with Jose Berrios, Avery? Let's say he has 2 or 3 more
I
starts
don't
like
think
this.
he's that bad where it's the Phantom IL stint. It's not that bad. He can get people out.
His next start will be against Detroit. Like,
no, I
dude.
thought
it's against the Rays.
he has the Rays and the Astros or the Rays and the Yankees or something.
No, it's Rays Astros back to back. That's his next starts.
Yeah.
But this is classic Berrios though. Watch, he'll shove against like the best offense in the majors.
I mean,
so
I think we'd all love that.
What do you do with him, Ave? Let's say he has 3 more starts like this. Doesn't get out of the 3rd or 4th inning, gets shelled. What do you do with him?
You pay him too much to do anything else with them. You have to just wear it.
You wear throwing him out every 5 days?
Yeah.
Gotta figure it out. He's got to figure it out.
He's one of the few guys that can get length, right? If things go well. They only threw him 71 pitches. He was through 5 innings.
The fact that people are hitting it. The fact that people are hitting his fastball at 462.
And it was like just as bad last year too.
Yeah.
Why does he throw it then?
Last year was 349.
You've got to be hard-headed about how you're dealing with it, I think.
I think Avery, you should do a tweet tomorrow about Jose Berrios' fastball. Just the numbers off it, like the batting average against this year, last year, and just like the hard hit percentage rate. Because I think it'll blow a lot of people's minds that he still throws it. Like I think that propaganda will do number and just blow people's minds. It's like, why the fuck are you throwing this pitch, dude? Why do you throw this? Like, why is this even still a thing on your pitch comm? Why is this a button on your fucking pitch
because
comm? And why is drunk bald boy in the fucking dugout, Pete Walker, not telling you throw this again, you're done. We're getting a bar fight if you throw this shit again. That's what I want to know.
For me, I don't know why they haven't put their heads together because it's not working for both of them and tried something else.
Like maybe throwing lefty?
Yeah.
Switch something up.
His stats on his slurve pitch are just like unreal. Like
it's a small sample though, right?
It's not crazy. I mean, he throws it 40% of the time.
Oh.
The difference between his sinker and fastball percentage use, like the difference between them is still like way too close.
Yeah.
And it was the same last year. Like he's got to just throw his sinker way more than his 4-seam.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's whatever. I mean, we'll end that Berrios talk. It's just a bummer, man. It really is. Just like a guy that was so good for the Blue Jays a couple years ago, or not really, a couple years ago before he signed that deal, and then he signed the deal and just turned into a fucking bum, like an absolute bum. Another guy that we gotta talk about is Brandon Belt. I know we talked about him last podcast, but I mean, 1 for 23 with 17 strikeouts. I don't really have words for what are you doing, John Schneider? Why are you hitting? The thing is John Schneider, the biggest problem with this team is John Schneider puts a lot of the players on this team in terrible situations. Like putting in Adam Simber against Ohtani, Trout, or was it Adam Simber? Yeah, right, Avery?
Yeah, you remember Trout hitting that ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like putting Adam Simber in that situation, instead of Zach Pop, who ended up carving them later in the game, and then hitting Brandon Belt against Tyler Anderson, a guy who he has a below 150 average against and a below like 50 OPS plus or whatever it's called against. Like, why does John Schneider put this guy in those situations when you have guys that can hit lefties? This isn't Jordan Luplow propaganda, but that's a guy you brought in here to hit against these lefties. And Jordan Luplow hits well against Tyler Anderson. I think he has 3 or 2 home runs off of him. It's like, I don't understand what we're doing here. Like, why is Brandon Belt being put in those situations to fail? That's what I want to know. And I'm not gonna knock Brandon Belt. I'm just saying, like, why are we doing this?
What they talk about a lot nowadays is managers no longer really make decisions, right? And that decision seemed like it was from the manager. Because you can't tell me there was a reason why Luplow wasn't playing instead of Brandon Belt in that situation. Maybe days off rest type thing came into it as well, but that one to me was a head scratcher. But again, Brandon Belt, old player, chronic knee injury, decided not to show up and just take his time getting to spring training. Probably had the least amount of at-bats besides Kirk in spring training, and he's struggling. It's like, Yeah, no shit. You kind of did this to yourself, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him by any means. And it's like when he's in the lineup and Kirk's in the lineup, that's like two liabilities on the base path. I mean, Brandon Belt legit is crawling when he's running, like legit crawling. It's like the slowest run I've ever seen. So I'll never understand it. I'll never understand why he was in the lineup. I know at some point he'll probably figure it out. I don't know when. It's not looking like it's anytime soon, but it's his at bats are just unserious. Like unserious at bats. At this point, I'm willing to just have Biggio be the full-time Brandon Belt and hit whenever Brandon Belt's supposed to hit. That's where I'm at with it.
I can't blame you, man. It's been a tough start.
Yeah,
And
I think that's what they said. That's what they said was the reason why, was because they didn't want to give him 3 days off in a row, because I guess they have a day off tomorrow and then they're playing at home. So, but I do agree. It doesn't make sense when you bring on a guy who mashes lefties and then you don't play him. I mean, it's not a charity case at the end of the day. Like,
yeah, it's not. You're not doing it because his mom's telling him, you, you got to play my son more. That's it. Just I don't know, man. It's like the John Schneider discussion has to happen soon. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Because a lot of
he's getting ripped apart.
But the only constant has been, at least on the pitching side, has been Pete Walker. And I was out on the thought of this, but Don Mattingly being on the staff seems pretty important now.
Yeah, it really does. Donnie Baseball.
I hated the thought of people saying he's there for kind of an insurance policy as the next guy up if this goes disastrously. It's starting to kind of look that way, though.
And I pointed this out on the stream yesterday. I'm a good guy that can read body language. And Donnie Baseball was on the top step on Saturday, and John Schneider was one step below him. I'm not. All I'm saying is just you want to bring up Alfing. Does Donnie Baseball sit in the manager locker room too? Does he have the manager locker in the clubhouse? Because if I'm John Schneider, I'm not saying anything Donnie Baseball. I won't say shit. So I don't know.
John Schneider's cleaning his cleats after the game.
Yeah, clean my cleats, bitch. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been a lot of head scratching stuff.
All right, let me go back one quick side note here, then we'll get back to that. We look at Jose Berrios, his stuff plus is 96, and stuff plus takes into account like the physical characteristics of a pitch, like release point, velocity, vertical and horizontal movement, and spin rate. I mean, Jose Berrios has better stuff plus than Alek Manoah and Chris Bassett.
What?
But it's below league average, all three of them. So there's stuff plus. Berrios is 96, Manoah 90, and then Chris Bassett 87. And then you have guys like Jordan Romano, Jimmy Garcia, Tim Meza, actually, surprisingly. Tim Meza, Kevin Gausman, and Anthony Bass all have the same stuff plus.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, that's weird. But
so the Jose Berrios, I'm lost what to do with them. Something needs to change, though.
It's not, yeah, as soon as humanly possible. But going into Saturday's game, let's just look at the lineup. So George Springer 2 for 5, Bo Bichette 3 for 4, Vladdy 3 for 4, Chapman 2 for 4, Varsho 0 for 4, Kirk 0 for 3, Merrifield 0 for 3, Belt 0 for 4, Espinal 0 for 4. So the only guys that got hits were the top 4 guys in the lineup, and then the rest combined for 0 for what? 4, 8, 12, 0 for 18 combined. Like, that shit just can't be happening. I mean, that just can't be happening. I know today was obviously better, and it helps when you have Kiermaier just raking at the bottom of the lineup. But is this crazy to say that we need Kiermaier in this lineup every single day to be that spark in the 9 hole? Because Espinal has been terrible, and he's not been getting consistent reps, which I understand. But it's like the bottom of the lineup looks dead as fuck if Kiermaier's not in the 9 hole to me.
Yeah, I think they've all been replaceable options, and that's kind of the issue as well. You need someone to step up, take control of a role, and that's when this team gets going at the bottom of the lineup. Kirk won't hit this poorly for the rest of the season. Belt hopefully won't hit this poorly. Espinal, great spring, I thought, and then I also don't think he'll hit that poorly. So, albeit the answer might be Kevin Biggio getting on base with not getting hits, because if these guys aren't walking, because Varsho and Kirk had walks that day, but no one else had walks. So trying to find a way on base from the bottom guys when they're not hitting is where we're going to need. And Kevin Kiermaier's done just that. Pretty sure he doesn't have a walk all year. He's just
no, he doesn't.
he is just hitting the ball, and he's been fucking awesome doing it. But no, we need some of the bottom guys to take over a role here, define roles, and this team will get rolling there at the bottom.
And another thing about Kevin Kiermaier is he said this today. It's like, listen, man, I know he said this multiple times, but he was like, I just got to get on base for the big dogs. I know my role. I get on base and I let George and I let Chappie and Bo and Vladdy cook, and I'll just get on base for the superstars. I know where I'm at. I'm in the 9 hole. I hit singles, all that type of stuff. That's what my job is. And he's really embraced that. I mean, that's the positive thing so far about what I've seen with these acquisitions. I mean, Chris Bassett's been okay. Varsho's been good, and so has Kiermaier. A lot of the acquisitions have been fine, but Kiermaier is the signing of the offseason so far for the Toronto Blue Jays, and it's not even necessarily close.
I mean, I'm happy with what he's done so far. Just delivering like a triple. Yeah, nothing
He
more.
was
you
a
can
home
ask
run
for.
away from the cycle today. Let's
Yeah,
make that clear.
He's the spark plug that we've kind of needed, and to be Kevin Kiermaier as a hated Rays player for that long, incredible. There's nothing else I can say. The outfield defense has been awesome
Besides
as well.
Varsho today. But
that's the Sun. Counts as a hit.
I'm out on the
unfortunately.
Sun. I'm like Howie from Benchwarmers.
But
I'm
it's
out on the
like
Sun.
you guys play 162. The Sun's always going to be an issue.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, yeah, so I guess we'll go into today's game.
So we're gonna get a Kevin Kiermaier slump at some point here.
Which is fine. But
yes.
But the thing is that I really like about Kevin Kiermaier, Abe, is if he gets in a slump, you know he is going to be elite in the field still, no matter what. He's going to be still making these highlight reel plays, these throws down to like home or third or whatever. He's still going to make an impact, which is the difference. And if he does get on base via walk or whatever it is, air, fielder's choice, he's going to cause a ruckus on the base path. So if he's not hitting, you know he's going to bring other elements that are going to positively impact the Toronto Blue Jays. That's what Brandon Belt just doesn't do right now. There's no positive, like there's nothing positive that he does for this team right now.
Yeah,
Brandon Belt, that's what I'm saying.
Brandon Belt, the way he'll impact this game is pretty much strictly with his bat.
Yes.
Played good defense in the Royals series, I thought. But no, you're right about that, 100%.
Yeah, so that's where I stand with that. But let's talk about today's game. Where do you guys rank today's game? Like, comparison to opening day this year and opening day last year, was this game crazier? Just based off of like the pinball effect of it back and forth, where the Jays have a 3-run lead going into the 9th, the best closer in baseball right now. Jordan Romano comes in, gives up a 3 spot, and then you rely on Richards and Meza to get the last 3 outs against the top of the order. It was, for me, this was the weirdest, most heart attack game the Jays have played.
You think so?
Yeah, way more. I think
if we were to
days.
rank the 3, opening day last year, opening day this year, and this one, it's probably in the middle for me. I think opening day this year was awesome.
What about you, JR?
Yeah, I would say this game was pretty crazy. I would say that this game was crazier, but because it was opening day, that's what it was.
It's elevated.
Yeah.
There's more people in the crowd.
Those
and it was
other
at
games,
home. We were there too, but you guys were there at the.
Yeah, I was at both of those other games except for this one.
I don't know. They're both really good games.
But the other games, we didn't give up the lead late like it happened today.
Yeah, that's why it was good that there was another element to it. Plus, it went to extras and it was like intense as shit. So,
yeah,
I would probably say this was a better game.
Yeah, and stop me when you heard this before. Matt Chapman is raking. I know we've talked about this on this is our 3rd consecutive episode now. I mean, the guy went 3 for 5 today with 5 RBIs. He's hitting 475 with a 523 on base percentage and an 800 slugging percentage. I mean, this guy cannot be stopped. And we saw on stream Scott Boras in the crowd. He must be just licking his lips watching this. Like, this dude is going to get fucking paid. He's insane. He's leading the league in hits.
It's someone tweeted this today. I don't know who it was. Sorry for the no credit. They said something about he's going to have a Marcus Semien type season and then just be nothing again. Like he'll break a record and then he'll be done. It's like
I can see that.
I'm kind of fine with that. And then he'll make $1 billion in New York with the Yankees or the Dodgers somehow. But that's very likely, man. It's fun watching him hit. It was kind of frustrating last year because again he'd hit the ball so hard, but you would just whiff all the time. And in big spots, it didn't seem like he's coming up. But now there's no one else. Well, actually, there's some other guys, but he's top 3 guys you want coming up anytime ready to hit. You
And
see
they
Matt
moved him
Chapman's
up, like
gonna-
you said on stream. You wanted him moved up to the 4 spot because he was hitting 6, and they moved him up to the 4 spot. And holy shit, man! I mean, he performed there too. It's like, fuck.
I think the 4 spot bump up was because of the left-handed hitters. I think if they go back to a righty, Dalton's probably hitting 4. But again, I'm not mad at all with what Matt Chapman's done, and it's other way, like backside gap hits. It's just so impressive to hit the ball the other way that hard, that consistently. Usually when you hit the ball the other way and you hit it soft, it's when you've been beat, but you're not being beat. He's just letting it get deep and fucking hitting the ball hard. It's impressive what he's done. And then when he gets the off-speed pitches, those are the ones he's pulling, and pulls one out of the park and he almost goes deep again. It's just, he's been incredible, man.
JR, what do you think about Matty Chopsticks? I think, were you the one that said he's going to hit 30 last year at the All-Star break?
Yes, I was. Abe, shout out to Abe though. He had a tweet before the year hyping up Chapman. So shout out there, Abe.
Yeah,
good credit there. I mean, I saw something someone tweeted about him hitting more opposite field, and I have noticed that a lot. It seems like he's waiting on baseballs more. Like he's letting it come in more and then just letting his, because he's always had like an absurd like he's always hit the shit out of the ball. Like his barrel percentage has always been good. And it's like it never really understood why that never really translated like to his game. Like, but now you're noticing like he's not focusing on home runs. He's just focusing on hitting the ball hard. And it feels like his approach is different this year compared to previous years, because there's the year in Oakland where he went like crazy, like went ballistic. Like I don't think it's far-fetched. Like he could for sure do it.
And if he does that, this lineup is going to be
this lineup
absolutely
is
insane.
I mean, this hitting lineup already has shown that is absurd.
Dude, Kiermaier and Chapman today got 10 runs alone by themselves.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's absurd.
It's but looking at the lineup again today, Springer 1 hit, Bo 1 hit, Vladdy 2, Chapman 3, Varsho 1, Merrifield 2, and then like I said, Espinal 0 for 2, Kevin Biggio 0 for 3 with 2 punch outs, Jansen 0 for 3 with 3 punch outs, and then you have Kiermaier in the 9 spot, 3 for 5. So yeah, the bottom lineup has to be better, man, especially when Kiermaier's not in the lineup. You can't just have a black hole.
I have a nice little Matty Chapstick stat right here.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so there's classified into soft hit percentage, medium hit percentage, and a hard hit percentage. What do you think his soft contact percentage is this season?
12%.
0%. He hasn't put a
He
ball.
hasn't hit a ball.
He hasn't hit a ball in play that's been classified as soft contact all season.
That's wild.
Pardon me?
Abe, can you check his spray chart while we're talking?
I have his pull percentage.
Is it
okay?
different?
So the pull percentage is kind of low. Low would be the lowest of his career currently, besides his rookie season. It's the up the middle would be the highest besides his rookie season, and then Oppo 22%, which would be like the 4th highest of his career.
God damn.
Might not be counting today's stats though.
If it counts today, it'll just because he hit a nuke to center today.
Yep.
Or no, that was to left. Sorry, that was wrong. That was a different guy.
Wait,
but
no, his was to right center today.
Oh yeah, sorry. The grand slam. Yes, it was. It was. And he kind of sparked the offense today. So it's going to take, the thing that's really good about this team is there's a lot of guys in the lineup that can spark something like that and just turn the game around. Because the Jays were down 6-0 there. Matt Chapman hits a grand slam. The 3 guys in front of him get on base, which is what they do. And he hits a grand slam. Jays take the lead the next inning. They scored 10 runs in 2 innings, Toronto Blue Jays, 10 unanswered. So having guys like that throughout the lineup is what's going to take it. And I tweeted this. Imagine how good this team would be if the Toronto Blue Jays had competent starting pitching. Like, I'm not asking for Cy Young guys. I'm asking for just Berrios to have a 4.2 or Kikuchi to have like a 4.5 and Bassett to have like a 3.8 to 4 ERA. Imagine how fucking good this team would be if they had that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have to worry about Bassett at all.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm just saying, even like a 4.5, where 2 guys where it's kind of auto out, like kind of auto losses when they're pitching or close to it.
The Kikuchi and the Berrios are so different because Kikuchi was kind of lost from the start, right? Like just never really gave the team a chance in his outing, but was able to keep it close enough where they fucked it up, where our offense could come back. And then Berrios was in it, had a lead, blew it, and that's how that went. So two different stories, but you're definitely right. If we have consistent starting pitching from our bottom guys, and that's what makes a World Series team. Like, the season is so long, you're gonna get 30 starts, 60 starts probably from your 4 and 5 guys, and finding out a way to win more than half of those makes you way better team than just a classic run of the mill 82, 81 and 81 team.
I just pray this pitching could just be decent, man. Just fucking decent. That's all we're asking for, because this lineup is so goddamn good. Just be decent. Please. Just be.
So we need to kill the cameraman from
yes.
today.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that too. What the fuck?
The Dalton Varsho fly out to right field. I thought that ball was hit legit off the top of the scoreboard behind the seats. I could not believe how far I thought that went, and then just camped under it, Renfroe and right.
It was like I want the cameraman fired for that. Dude, I
and
was
they fucked up Saturday too.
Yeah, I was on the live stream watching it, and if you go back and watch the live stream, Varsho hits it. I'm like, oh my god, he just launched, because that was such a sick swing too. I think I had over 100 exit velo on that as well. He fucking shot on that, and the camera guy looks up, looking at the scoreboard. You don't see a fielder in the shot, and then he pans down, and there's a guy camped under it. Behind the wall, like on the wall. It was bullshit. I was like, what are we doing here? I couldn't believe it. I could not believe how bad the camera work was on that.
And then Saturday, where again, we haven't listened. I don't listen to the games with the sound on when we're on the stream, but we had a minor league baseball camera with no strike zone, which we've grown up without the strike zone for a while. And now that you've had it, it's weird when it's not.
Yeah, you can't take it away.
Yeah, so I hated that as well. Tough weekend for the Sportsnet crew.
Very tough weekend. So hopefully they can bounce back with that. A lot of people were wire shaming me, which is kind of fucked up. I'll say it. When I made that video, they're like, clean up your wires. I can't see the TV. All I see is wires. Like, we're wire shaming now. I got in the mud with a couple people this weekend, actually. There was one that was a middle school teacher. I forgot her name. When I went on Blue Jay Dad, she said, like, I've never heard of your podcast before. You're incompetent and like stupid. That's what she pretty much said to me, and I was like, oh, you're education shaming. That's fucked up. And then obviously Blue Jays dad I got in the mud with, and then this Australian dad. Did you see what he said to me today?
That was wild.
That was insane. He's like, first of all, he came at me, and then he was just said like a homophobic take at the end, like, I hate you, and I also hate chicks with dicks. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what was that? And then he kept going. It was insane. So, and then a guy that Avery retweeted some slanderous stuff against me, Ian, one of the biggest burners that loves me, that just tweets at me all the time, just said I fake dip. I mean, that was insane.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of it, saying that you fake dip.
It was like, oh
the
man,
mouth cancer won't be fake though.
Yeah, that won't be fake. But so let's talk about Kikuchi's start today. Where do you guys categorize that as? Because that first inning should have been a 0. I tweeted, I fucked up. I tweeted when the ball.
That was nuts, dude.
I tweeted when the ball was in the air that he had a 0 and he back pocketed Ohtani. There's a part of the stream you could see me celebrate it that was really bad, and I was like, oh god. You could see like in the clip, I'm like, oh shit. And like I double looked, I was like, oh fuck. But yeah, where do you guys categorize that Kikuchi start today, man? It was weird, so weird, because he looked good.
It was like pretty shitty, like normal, to be honest. We've seen that start 1,000 times. It felt like
a lot of hard contact.
That's a tough start. Like, just everything that happened there, that you should have been out of that inning. But I mean, fuck, man, we'll be there next one though, guys. Like,
yeah,
just
will.
look
Against
at the
the
bright side
Rays.
here. Like, there's just no way he pitches bad when we're there. Right?
Yeah, against the best team in baseball so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
surely he'll pitch good.
Like, are we like? I mean, talking about pitching. I mean, the Rays pitching is absurd. The numbers. I know they're not playing good talent, but the numbers are absurd. They're putting up.
Yeah,
Right
I mean,
now.
if the Jays went on the same stretch as the Rays did,
there's no way we do that with our
No.
pitching. I don't. Yeah.
No,
500
chance.
We're 500 probably.
Yeah.
No, I say 6-4 like they are right now.
Okay, yeah.
I say 6-4.
Like we find a way. Didn't the Jays almost get swept by the Athletics on the road last year?
Yes.
Too. I know there was some other shit going on in that series as well, but yeah, the hats off to the Rays. So I saw on Twitter, so if this happened in the middle of July, no one would talk about it, and that's definitely true. But
Yeah.
it's just a perfect start to a season, man.
So yeah,
Literally.
what are your thoughts on that Coochie stuff? Because obviously he should be out of that inning. Then
Okay,
he gives
let's
up.
look at all his stuff. Spin rates down on his fastball and slider. Got a decent amount of whiffs. 14 whiffs is not bad at all. But just zone contact percentage again with the fastball was pretty high. The changeup got hit to absolute Mars a couple times. And then the average exit velocity was okay, 91.1. It's just like he misses his spots like he did before. If you're gonna get out in the middle of the plate, people are gonna hit it hard in the big leagues, and that's what happened. He's been really bad against right-handed hitters, and then the Angels filled their lineup with right-handed hitters. It was a good lineup for the Angels to put out there. So just tough start, put in a bad spot and pitched pretty poorly.
That was the first time we've seen him bad in a while, though. So it's
no, I don't think it should kill his confidence from his first start. I don't think it was that bad.
Because there's crutches that he could have there, right? He could say, "Oh, Varsho didn't catch that in left. Maybe that's a little bit different. That's one earned run instead." Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a weird situation. We'll see how he bounces back from it against two good teams. He'll also be facing the Rays and the Astros back to back. So I guess we'll see where he's at with that. I don't know. It's gonna.
I don't think it should have killed his confidence. I think he can be okay with how it went. You're not gonna love.
They won.
Yeah, you're not gonna love the home runs. And people like to use the crutch last year of Jose Berrios. Well, they were 23-9 in his starts or something stupid like that. Yusei Kikuchi 2-0 in his starts. I tweeted that out.
Yep. Good point. Good point. What do you think about Yusei, JR?
I mean, I need to see more of him. That's my thoughts. I need to see more.
Like, I mean, he had 6 punchies today and 3 nukes. Like, that's the most Yusei Kikuchi thing I've ever seen in my life. And honestly, the walks are down. I mean, he only walked 1 guy today. So let's go into the end of this game. So Romano comes in, gets his dick shoved in, and then in the 10th, I'm like, my God, that's Trevor Richards music coming out of the bullpen. Trevor Richards comes in, faces Mike Trout, runners on first and second, 2 outs, and throws a legit 3-2 pitch, 30-foot fastball. Didn't even come in the same vicinity as home plate. And Ohtani's up, and I'm like, we're going Richards Mays for a two-person save, the Bash brothers. That's what we're doing here. And Mesa hit 95, I think, from the left side, and Ohtani got a weak ground out to Biggio at second. So just one of the weirdest, and like, if you would have told me at the start of the year that Richards and Mesa would have to combine for a save in an extra inning game, it's like, will send me to fucking hell if that's the case, because that is my nightmare. Just a crazy finish. And you got to tip your cap to Mesa, man. He looked really good in that Ohtani at bat. Really uncomfortable at bat for Ohtani.
Yeah, his velo is up. And that's all you can say. If he's going to throw that hard, should be uncomfortable to lefties. But it's a pitching for dummies lesson. Like, if you take a 12-year-old kid and you manage a team in the show and you go into extra innings, it's like, okay, yeah, we're going to bring in our right-hander to face the 4 straight right-handers. And that's just how it's kind of gone. Doesn't seem like there's outside of the box thinking of how to get people out. Maybe people would call the outside the box thinking dumb, but Mesa's definitely been better than Trevor Richards, and I kind of would have given him the chance, I think.
Yeah, it's he throws 95 right down the caulk. Ohtani takes it first pitch, if I remember correctly, and then he throws like a nice 94 backdoor fastball, I believe, if I remember correctly. I feel like I'm Sean McVay right now. And then just like that weak ground out to Kevin Biggio, and Kevin Biggio, great play. Obviously, Ohtani's fast as fuck. People forget that. He is fast as shit. Yeah, so it was a good ending to a great weekend. I mean, Jays back-to-back series wins. One of them was against a poverty team. One of them was against a good team. Angels are good. I'll say it. I think they're a decent team. It's just their bullpen sucks. But yeah, it was it was a weird game. But I gotta tip my cap to a couple of people. I gotta show respect to some relievers that we shit talk. Adam Simber comes in, gives a nice 0. Jimmy Garcia obviously does what he does, and Eric Swanson looked good, but God, Tim Mesa really did fucking save that game, man. But he kind of got shafted though because Trevor Richards kind of got shafted because Trout swings first pitch, pop up to the catcher, and Kirk just has a fucking
Yeah, I didn't see that
meltdown.
play. I was back in the car. He just couldn't see it. Sun
No,
again?
so he overcommitted to going fully to the net, and the ball was like, it's like how it's back spinning, right?
Yeah.
And he kept backtracking and wasn't even like he didn't even touch the ball.
Oh, those are the most embarrassing ones too.
Yeah, because Mike Trout stayed there too, so it was weird. But yeah, it was just it was a good series. So we'll go with the winners and losers, then we'll go to the Tigers and then get out of here. Who's your winner, Avery, of this weekend? It can't be Matt Chapman. I'll say it. It can't. That's just cheating.
Okay, I'll go Chris Bassett.
Okay. What about you, JR?
Oof. Bassett's a good one.
I know he didn't pitch the best, but I think there was some good building blocks there for him to get back to what makes him successful.
I mean, I gotta go KK, man.
KK?
I got to, man. Just a
Yeah.
hell of a. I mean, he's just been outperforming, shoving it down the hater's throat, and he's just like a trooper. I just love his competitive spirit as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit outside the box here. I'm gonna say the winner is Jimmy Garcia. I know I've been pumping his tires. I mean, he went 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, no hits, no walks, clean slate. Just doing what he has to do. Obviously, he struggled a little bit in that St. Louis. The St. Louis went
Opening day. Yeah.
1 inning, 2 earned runs, and then just threw up zeros since then. Jimmy Garcia this series was unhittable, unfucking hittable, and he faced the top of the order today. Like they put him in against 1, 2, 3, and he struck out two out of the 3 guys. So it's like that's the guy that, in my opinion, he's obviously the 8th inning guy. I think I trust him a little more than Swanson, but you can go right with anyone. But Jimmy Garcia was special today.
And again, Bo and Vlad were great. So
yeah,
you can't keep choosing them every time.
Exactly. So we got to go outside the box. So who's your loser?
Rogers Media, piss poor weekend.
Yeah, terrible showing. Absolutely terrible showing from them. Camera work, camera guy showing the top of the scoreboard like he just hit a Barry Bonds home run. A lot of bad ones there. What about you, JR?
Man, I'm trying to think of a good one. I mean, Kirk missing the potentially could have cost us the game. The fly ball you miss, and then just hasn't started off the year on the right foot.
Kirk's a good one. Kirk's a good one. And for mine, I'm gonna have to go with fucking. I hate to say this because we were pumping his tire. It has to be Santiago Espinal. The guy just can't hit the side of a fucking barn right now, man. He went 1 for 10 this weekend. And I know we obviously we're talking about let's give Espinal more at bats. Let's get him more comfortable. You're getting more at bats, man. You went 1 for 10 against a terrible bullpen. It's just we got to be better at the bottom of the lineup. That's my loser this week is Santiago Espinal. He was just disaster class at the plate this week. Just absolutely horrible. So that's my guy with that. So let's go into this.
I have an audible mention for loser of the week. It's Pete Walker.
Pete Walker?
Yeah, Pistol Pete, piss drunk Walker.
Just his decisions or like just the development of the pitching?
Yeah, his staff just wasn't good, so I'll blame it on him.
I respect that. So let's go into Tiger Series, boys, then we'll get out of here. First guy is Matt Manning versus Alek Manoah. That should be a good game.
Should be dog walking.
Eduardo Rodriguez against Kevin Gossman. And then I believe it'll be Chris Bassett against, I don't know who the 3 guy is for the Tigers. Maybe Avery can tell me who that is. You know, Avery?
I don't know who they've been throwing there. I do not know. I know. Oh fuck, what's his name?
Spencer Turnbull. Yes.
Yeah.
Spencer Turnbull versus Chris Bassett will be.
He had a good start his last time. How many wins do the Tigers have?
2.
Oh. Sure, they'll get their 3rd this week at some point.
Where do you think? I mean, so like the Jays have to sweep this team, right? This team fucking blows. Javier Baez, I don't know if I'm saying Javi Baez, whatever, is the worst hitter I have ever seen in my life. I'm not even trolling. I watched the Tigers game. I think it was yesterday or today. And he he's just non-existent at the plate. He's the worst hitter I've ever seen. It's actually kind of impressive how bad he is. He just has no idea what he's doing up there.
He used to be so good, so fun to watch. Some of the numbers of those seasons were nuts. Couldn't believe it. Yeah. Shit bum team. I'm sure they'll find a way to break out against the Jays this week, have their best week of the year.
They're on a 4-game losing streak right now.
Okay, well, they're gonna win. I guarantee you they'll win a game against the Jays. 2-1. Spencer Turnbull back-to-back master classes.
His first start, he went 2 innings, 7 runs.
Yeah, didn't he pitch well against the Sox?
Yeah. And then got or wait, no, I don't think he did.
Okay, maybe not. But the Blue Jays will lose a game.
So Spencer Turnbull has made 2 starts. In his first start, I believe he gave up 7, and his second start he gave up 5. So
he's getting better.
He's going to win a game against the Jays.
Yeah. If you go by the numbers, he'll give up 3 against the Jays.
Yeah, he's going on 2 at a time for sure. I think that Matt Manning, Alek Manoah game is going to be a dog walking. Manoah with the full. I mean, that's hard to actually trust it because Manoah pitched in front of a full Rogers Center and shit down his leg in the playoffs. So I don't know where I'll be with that, but I am excited though to see the renovations in play. I know we've seen tons of pictures of it. I'm excited to see like a ball hit the center. Like, is Kevin going to catch that? Where's that ball at? Is that a home run? I'm excited to see just the different factoring of how balls in play are going to look like at the stadium. That's going to be cool. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so I just bought the show as well, and they do not have the dimensions or the field proper, which pissed me off. They don't have the bullpens. Yeah.
That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Yeah. I think Kevin, I'm going to say this hot take. I think Kevin Gossman goes 8 scoreless. They let him cook.
Awesome.
Against that lineup? Come on, bro. You have to go 8 scores against that fucking lineup.
That would be awesome, Johnny. Did you give an official prediction for the...
I'm going to say 3-0 Jays. I backtrack. Spencer Turnbull's going to give up 9. It's going to be a hit parade. It's going to be a parade inside my city. Yeah, I'm going to say Spencer Turnbull just gets absolutely his dick shoved in. I say the Jays win every single game, just murder on the beat, so it's not nice. Just go crazy every single game. Yeah, I'm going to say 3-0. JR, what about you? I think I predicted every series right so far, actually, besides the St. Louis one.
I'm going 3-0 here. I mean, boys are home. Crowd's going to be crazy. New renos. I think we're due for some big pitching performances from someone other than Gossman. So,
yeah,
all right.
It's a good prediction. But another thing, Avery introduced me to a song of the summer that I want to pump the tires of that I've played 150 times in the last 2 days. Relax My Eyes. Avery, just insane.
Yeah,
I got to tip my cap to you on that. It's insane.
It's the most summer song of all time.
I can't wait this Saturday. I'm so pumped for this Saturday. All of us are going to be together.
What are we going to do? I guess it's not official, but what's the plan going to be?
So meet and greet an hour and a half before, like we did last time, JR, right? Because people want to show up early for the bobblehead, I think, that day. So it's going to be kind of a tough turnout. Maybe we'll do a meet and greet at section 530. How about that? Get in the stadium. Sure. You guys get in the stadium. We'll do a meet and greet on section 530.
Park Social.
Oh,
something like that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we could do a meet and greet there. Jay, we'll come up with the details for everyone for that. So that's what we'll do.
Yeah, let's have a beer at the bar before with the people, you know?
Yeah, we'll have a beer with the people. We'll have a beer with the people. I think it's going to be a good turnout for that. So yeah, we'll do the meet and greet inside. It's a bobblehead day. I don't want everyone to be pissed off about missing out on the Vladdy bobblehead or whatever bobblehead it is. I don't know which one it is, but I'm out on the bobblehead. I'm going to say no at the gate. Credit to me for saying no for that.
I don't want to be carrying it around when I'm at the bar after the game.
So yeah, me neither. It's like, yeah, just what are you doing? And Avery's going to be with a bird, so the boys will be buzzing. But I am pumped for it this Saturday. I will say this, Gate 14 Nation, make sure you see me before the game. I don't want you to see me in the state that I'm going to be after the game at night. I don't want you to see me in that state, but I'm pumped for it. Let's have a fucking week, man. I mean, the Jays are finally at home. By the way, fuck the schedule makers. 10 away games just start the season off. I mean, I think
they did us a favor because of the renos, just to make sure they were done in time.
That's a good point, because Rogers might have fucked that up. But yeah, as always, man, this is a year point one episode.
Yeah, let me just get a prediction how quick you think someone will throw a beer on a reliever.
I'm gonna say by April 28th. There's a beer thrown on.
I'll say by Sunday.
That's
Really?
what the fuck?
Yeah, I'd have no.
That
faith
is
in us.
crazy.
I've
Okay.
literally-
But there's no hate between maybe the Rays players a little bit.
Yeah,
I guess.
Jason Adam.
Yeah, the homophobe or whatever. Yeah, that might that might happen. But yeah, electric episode, boys, snapping it around. Thank you guys for the support. Obviously, as always, appreciate the haters as well. Obviously, love you guys too. But Gate 14 forever, and we will chat on Thursday night. Love you guys. Hopefully, it's after a Jays sweep.